Hello and welcome to the very first game of the quarterfinals. My name is Interjection and this is game number 1 in a best of 7 between Garja and Challe, of course, for PK Clan tournament number 4, which has a cash prize of $1,950 split between the finalists, of course. It did the last time I checked. It does seem to keep going up, which is kind of nice, though I do think at some point we ought to stop adding to this tournament's prize pool and start saving for the next one, but whatever they want to do. Anyway, the leader of PK Clan has put up an extra $500 to anybody who can win this tournament without taking a single loss, and today we have a set of 7, of course, first to 4 essentially. And winning all of those games without losing a single one is a very difficult thing to do in a set. So, having to do that for every single set you play in the tournament, good luck to the people trying to win that extra 500. But, fair enough. And actually, I believe H2O in the quarterfinals has not actually lost a game yet. And I'm looking very forward to casting those. And maybe he'll get that 500, who knows. Anyway, we see today Garja in the north of the map here, playing as the Iroquois in the colour red, and totally ignored his 50 coin here, totally ignored his 30 food, not bothering those starting resource treasures, not even scouting, just rushing over here to build that, and with good reason, of course, getting that XP. Already has his 3 settlers on the way, because of course the trading post Travelist man passed his site here the moment he managed to construct it, and of course, if he built the one in his base here, he'd only just be getting that XP, and of course those settlers only being able to just send them or what have you, but already almost has those already, and that is a nice food boost which he'll have early on compared to his opponent. Going to help him hit up a bit quicker, and good idea, build that in the center there. But what else has Garja done? We'll turn the fog of war back on. He's done a little bit of scouting with this house. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Iroquois start with a Travelist, which transforms into a building, and you can turn that into a house because, of course, you will need some population. And that means the Iroquois, the wood that they start with, like any other civilization, they don't actually have to spend it. They can just, keep it there, and instead of building a house with it, instead just build a trading site with it, and, that's nice. That's nice for Iroquois. So, here, with the trading, the Travelist, did a little bit of scouting here, found his first hunt with it, and then didn't need a house right away, so he was able to do that, and then put it down over here in between this native village and a pond, giving him a bit of line of sight over here next to these animals and the coin mine, these resources, and we'll spot any incoming raids in this area a little bit later on in the game. But if we switch over to the other player in the south of the map here, we have Challe, again playing as the Iroquois, and over here, looks like a little bit of conflict. Actually, no, going over for a 70 coin treasure, not too bad. Red's there. He's going in for the kill, gonna get that 70 coin treasure, stealing it from Challe. Challe not being able to claim his coin there. Red ninjaing it from him, not a bad job at all. But as I was saying, Challe playing as the Iroquois, an Iroquois mirror, and this is to be expected in the first game of something in the quarterfinals. I mean, this really does reflect how competitive things are. There's a lot of money up for grabs, and Iroquois is a very strong civilization in a 1v1, so both players definitely, they don't want to lose, because if they lose this set, then they will be eliminated from the tournament, and that's not fun. But here, Challe, obviously in orange, as I said, just making sure I did say that. It's always good to mention what colour they are. Anyway, putting down a trading site in his own base. Didn't even bother to build this one, I don't think. Look, you can't see any construction there, so he clearly hasn't scouted it. He knows that obviously Garja does have that one, because of course we see Garja's got this blob at where the score is, which shows, of course, what he does have a trading site, but not even contesting it for him. And he's not, putting himself in it kind of a way, not even trying to get that advantage with the 3 settlers, just letting Garja have that. And that means he's going to be aging up a little bit more slowly than Garja. Of course, Garja's just hit up already. Hit up with the messenger politician, who doesn't grant you any bonus upon aging up, but you do get, of course, you do get there very quickly, and that is basically the bonus of it. You do get an Iroquois, of course, Travelist, which transforms into a building, turning it into a war hut here, putting its center map next to this hunt, going to gain some forward map control, and also this will be a building which he can train units from, military units, and also ship his units to. Sending for Kenya as his first home city shipment, with which will arrive at his town center here, and then he can rush them into his opponent's base and perhaps do some raiding, kill some settlers, do some damage. Let's see what he can do with that. Also putting up a market now that he's hit up, going to get hunting dogs. And now sending 5 settlers, a nice food boost and resource boost generally. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's switch over to Challe, who has not even aged up yet, still in age 1 here. And I mean, just got those settlers a lot later than Garja. That slowed him down. Going with 16 settlers here, and I mean, Garja actually went with 15. 15 is normal for Iroquois here. So, that settler slowing him down by 25. Is he going to lose a settler? No, getting that in at the last moment. These canyons coming in to kill the war hut. Going to siege that down. Of course, it's going to take ×4 damage whilst it's being constructed. But, going up with an extra settler here, that means a 25-second delay upon aging up. And going up with the wise woman who gets you there slowly. Well, not slowly, just at a regular speed. The messenger's much quicker and seems rather more standard for Iroquois. But instead here, is he going to lose that war hut? The 4 canyons rather attacking it. Also, the outlaw pistoleros, and he's got his war chief over here. It's going to come in and start doing some damage as well as losing HP fast. Is he going to lose his war hut? This isn't good for him. Of course, he needs that. And it looks like it's going to go down. That is not good at all. Like, aging up so slowly and just... Oh, man. But, he has, gone up with the wise woman, has 200 food, 100 coin, and 100 wood. He's going to lose his war chief as well. That guy is useful. He does work. He increases the hit points of all of your units. This villager being attacked by that scout lost lots of HP, and these canyons coming in and finishing it off. The amount of damage that these cavalry from Garja have done, this first shipment, absolutely phenomenal. Really good job from him there. I mean, Challe hitting up super late. I think he's going for a fast fortress agenda and, gone with the extra resources from the wise woman. Putting this in his base, it's more easily defendable. I guess, going for 2 war huts. Wants to go up to the fortress age for a fast fortress style build. Don't blame him, it's a fairly nice build. But in an Iroquois mirror, it's definitely difficult to pull off. Iroquois is so fast to push out. But here I said, we saw him send, obviously called 3 settlers as his first home city shipment. Everyone does that. Followed by 4 Cania for the raids. Very nice job with those. 5 settlers was his second shipment. And then we saw 7 hyenas just arrive right now. So those 5 settlers, here we see him doing a little bit of damage. Of course, he has the military advantage right now. I don't know if Garja is expecting a fast fortress build. But having sent 5 settlers, getting them out early, going to be able to collect lots of resources for him, which he can transform into military and, kind of push in a little bit later for a timed push. And stacking up these shipments here and, sending 6 tomahawks now. Just sent 7 hyena, those have arrived. Now sending 6 tomahawks and has 6 hyena to send as well. Could send 600 wood, of course, put up a stable, perhaps use those resources to train some cavalry, since, of course, Iroquois cavalry do cost wood. They are native units, similar to, I guess, native villages. But anyway... Now calling Iroquois scouting party, which gives you 5 tomahawks for 500 food. And once all of these shipments have arrived, that would be the optimum time to push in. Of course, then, those settlers will have been on the field for a while, generating resources. And as I said, timed push. You're timing it with the resources they've been generating and also the shipments that are all arriving. And then you come in for an optimum kind of style push. But, we'll switch over to Challe, and he's really, I think, struggling here. Of course, his first shipment, 3 settlers, as we all know, followed by 5 settlers, which I find rather odd, and then, I believe, 4 canyons. Now sending 600 coin. 5 settlers as his first one. He's not really able to do a lot with them. He's not able to collect resources. He's got his settlers in his town centre most of the time here. And losing that other war hut, just look at the military deficit. 86 score to Garja, 59 to Challe. Those 5 settlers, though, I imagine he wanted to use them to, of course, collect the resources he needed to perhaps age up. It also gives him a nice economy, but it really doesn't work unless Garja doesn't, the other player doesn't really push you too much. Losing some more settlers here, not too good. But, if he got up to Fortress Age, I think maybe 600 coin could have been a better idea, because then you could get the age up in queue, perhaps age up fast with the messenger, and then you'd be in a nice position to send a shipment, and combine it with perhaps Iroquois' scouting party, and, that first shipment as well. And then that'd be reasonable. Perhaps you could fend him off. But here, doesn't look too good. Gonna lose that town centre. 7 hyena about to pop here, calling the Iroquois scouting party at the same time for 5 tomahawks, bringing those 4 cavalry in. This is where his last stand is, with the 10 settlers, or actually 13 in his town centre, doing range damage here. Those cavalry not actually attacking anything. Need to get them involved, though I guess he doesn't really want to attack these tomahawks, which of course do 14 multiplied by 3 versus cavalry. And really, it's not enough. It doesn't look like enough. Of course, here, going to lose those. Now sending 6 tomahawks to, kind of help defend as well. But really, I guess it just looks like he's pulling out of this Fortress Age build and just not able to do it. Having to pull out. And really, he's not in a position to, if you have to pull out from a fortress, it's just not going to happen. I mean, look, 19 settlers for Challe here. We switch over to Garja. Garja has 30. Yeah? Plus, Challe hasn't really been able to collect. They've been in his town. And here, has this larger military mass, has a bigger economy, and is just going to push through this town centre and win. And Challe is by no means a bad player. He clearly got to the quarterfinals. Very good player indeed. And this is the first game in the best of 7. I think he's just going for a rather crazy, perhaps slightly non-standard build. And it could have worked. It really could have done. You never know. Though, really, Iroquois mirror is really not that. This is, I guess, fairly easy to counter if you can kind of expect it. In an Iroquois mirror, you would normally see both players hitting up to the colonial age with the messenger. They pop up their war hut, and then they would start training units and shipping units. And then you'd see, you know, once they've got stuff like 4 Canyers, you know, 6 Tomahawks, 7 Aina, 6 Scene, and that kind of thing. And then you'd see this one big battle, and that might determine the fight. Though you can see players, of course, sending something like 5 Settlers, perhaps cheeky 5 Settlers, and that can pay off if you send them early or what have you. 600 wood as well is a nice thing to do. Of course, get a stable up and start training some cavalry. But he's just not doing that. Just nothing standard about this build, and I don't think it paid off for him here. Clearly it didn't. He's lost the game. GG. Everybody type that into the comments section below, because it was a GG, even if it didn't pay off. And really, it's not about whether it's a good game or not. I think it's to do with politeness nowadays. People just say that. The meaning's kind of shifted. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next game. Of course, this is not over. You might think, this guy. No, he's good. He's just not. You see, next game. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Interjection, and I will see you next time.